He was a great king. His real name was Bodhi Tara, but his guru Prajantara renamed him as Bodhi Dharma. It is said that his name was kept Bodhi Dharma because he was very intelligent and also a very religious person. Intelligence means buddhi and religions means dharmic. So his name was kept as Bodhi Dharma. He was born with a disorder in breathing, but as he grew up, he started doing yoga and by that he got cured. He also tried wrestling, but because he wasn't physically strong, he didn't won any fights. Then his guru gave him an advice to merge his physical and mental strength while he was learning. Bodhidharma did as told, and within 4 years of learning, he defeated all the big wrestlers from his kingdom. Not only this, but he also learned about Ayurveda and also became successful in Ayurveda. While he was a king, he found an interest towards religion within himself, and at the age of 22, he became a Buddhist monk and went for spreading his knowledge towards China. It is said that he was the 20th Guru in Buddhism, and when this news came from India to China that a Buddhist monk from India who is very intelligent is coming to visit us, then there were the waves of happiness and joy among the people. It is said that when Bodhidharma reached China after the journey of 3 years, the king Wu of China came to welcome him, but Bodhidharma was very young and also he was very tired by the travel of 3 years. And the king got a little upset by seeing his tiredness, but he didn't reveal that. He thought he isn't a real Buddhist monk. So, to test it, he started asking him some questions related to Buddhism. He asked his first question, what is the source of asthenia? Then the second, what is the source of my asthenia? And for the last, the king asked, I have donated so much in spreading the knowledge of Buddhism. Will I get a place in heaven? Will my soul be free? Bodhidharma refused to answer the first two questions and said, these two questions are idiotic questions. And for the third one, he said, forget about heaven. You will go into the seventh hell. Bodhidharma was trying to say that by doing donations and charity won't lead you to the heaven. But the king didn't understood the words of Bodhidharma and said him to leave his kingdom immediately. Bodhidharma left his kingdom and after leaving from there, he headed towards the north to a village named Nazim. In Nazim, there was a very famous place for get together for the people living there. People come here to listen the story from a Buddhist monk. His name was Shiguan. Once he was a soldier and he killed a lot of enemy soldiers he fought. But later he felt wrong in killing them and thought that the one I have killed, their family might take the revenge from me. This thing gave him a lot of stress to his mind. Then he left his war and he became a good knowledgeable Buddhist monk. Bodhidharma was also known as Damu in China. He came near the crowd to listen the speech of the monk. Damu used to nod his head in a way that seemed like he was agreed with some points of Shiguan and disagreed by some points. Shiguan got angry by this, that a foreign sadhu is disagreeing his speech, and he threw a necklace on Damu which he was wearing on his neck, by which Damu's two front teeth broke and his mouth started bleeding. Shiguan was ready to fight, but Damu just smiled and left from there. Damu's strange behavior made Shiguan tussle, and he started following him behind. Bodhidharma kept moving towards north. He kept walking till he reached Yanzi River. There was an old lady sitting beside the river. There was a bunch of leaves of plant named Vrida. Damu asked the lady for some leaves, and after she agreed, he took only one single leaf and put that on the river and stood on that leaf and went to the other side of the river with the same leaf. When Shiguan saw this, he ran towards the lady and took a lot of leaves without asking her and laid them on the river, and he too tried the same to do as Bodhidharma did, but the leaf just drawn into the river with Shiguan. The old lady helped him out, and then she said that you took those leaves without asking me, and you humiliated me and yourself. The lady said, I know you are looking for a guru, and the one you are looking for is right there, whom you are following. After saying this, the leaves came up on the river, and Shiguan was able to cross the river using those leaves. Bodhidharma now left to Shaolin, and the people in the Buddhist monk knew that he is gonna visit to them. So when he came, they welcomed him and invited him to live with them. Bodhidharma didn't give any response to the people and went into a cave. He sat facing the wall of the cave for rest of 9 years, and he started meditating. In those 9 years, the people of Shaolin had invited him to come and live in a hut, but Bodhidharma didn't show any interest in that. And for those 9 years, Shiguan used to guard the cave. Shiguan used to ask Bodhidharma time to time to teach him the knowledge he had, but he didn't reply. Shaolin people built a room for Bodhidharma and invited him to live in it. And once again, Bodhidharma didn't reply to him. He went in the room and started meditating again. It is said that in those 9 years, he did so deep meditation that because of that, the source of energy which was emitted by him took a form of shadow and formed permanently on the wall of the cave. He meditated for the rest of 4 years in the room made by Shaolin people, and Shiguan was still sitting there and guarding the room. But after 13 years, he threw an ice ball into the room of Bodhidharma in anger. After listening the noise of the ice, Damu's meditation broke. Shiguan again asked him in anger that, when will you teach me? Bodhidharma said, when the sky will rain down red snow. This sentence changed something within Shiguan. He took out his sword and chopped off his left hand. He took his chopped hand and swinged it in every direction. And cause of the low temperature, the blood that was coming out from that hand turned into ice, and it started raining red snow. And then Damu got ready to give him the teachings. After successfully completing the teaching and self-achievements, Shiguan was known as Huiki. There's no doubt that Bodhidharma was a very knowledgeable and great saint, but he was also very brave and multi-skilled person. But if we want to learn, then we can even learn from the life of Huiki. If Huiki wanted, he could have continued to live as a soldier, but as strict his Guru Bodhidharma was, that much dedicated Huiki was to become like him. Even in the harsh conditions, he didn't lose his courage, and after getting the chance, he even cut his hand. Being a soldier and then becoming a Buddhist monk and following Bodhidharma and guarding him for 13 years for being taught is the dedication that everyone needs in their life to be a great person.